I'm Justine Morris, and this is your Independence Update. Go take a hike and celebrate National Trails Day by joining longtime Springfield Township resident Nelson Haynes for a nature hike. This is a great way to meet other hikers while cleaning the park. We'll be doing a little light trail cleaning along the way, so bring your gloves. Dogs are allowed but must be on a 6-foot leash at all times, and the hike is held rain or shine on June 7th at 10 a.m. at the Shiawassee Basin Preserve in Davisburg at the entrance of Eaton Road. Independence Township Spring Cleanup, Household Hazardous and Non-Hazardous Waste and Electronics Collection Day is this Saturday, June 7th from 8:30 a.m. till 3 p.m. at the Department of Public Works at 6050 Flemings Lake Road. They're accepting a ton of waste, so go online or call for more information and see what is and what is not accepted at 248-625-8222. Also on June 7th, and continuing on to June 8th, is LA's Cafe 6th Annual Peace Fest. Come enjoy the art, music, and food trucks at the festival with over 100 local artists and bands. This will be my 3rd year attending, so I'll see you there. Did you know that when you give blood, you may help save up to 3 lives? Make a difference by donation at the Red Cross Blood Drive this Wednesday at the Clarkson Independence District Library from 10 a.m. till 3:45 p.m. Walk-ins are welcome, but if you want to avoid a wait, it is recommended that you make an appointment. You can go online to redcrossblood.org and enter the sponsorship code Clarkson Library, or contact Keegan at the library at 248-625-2212. You need to at least be 17 years old, meet the height and weight requirements, and be in good general health. Bring a picture ID with your date of birth and the names of any prescription medicine you've been taking in the last month. Before you come to donate, make sure you have a good night's rest, eat a good breakfast, and drink plenty of water, and relax. Clarkson Scamp is a 5-week summer day camp for children and young adults with special needs. Scamp provides recreational and social opportunities under the supervision of highly trained staff. It was established over 35 years ago, and since its inception, it's grown from 75 to over 200 scampers. The program began with just a small amount of seed money and a determined group of individuals. They continue to support the program and with annual contributions and endowment funds. And while a tuition amount is in place, no child is ever turned away for financial reasons. Fundraisers are held throughout the year to help supplement the cost of the program. This weekend, June 7th and 8th, is the Home Tour, Clarkson Scamp's largest annual fun. If you're interested in participating, visit their site at www.clarksonscamp.com, and volunteer opportunities are available. You can email Wendy for more information at info@clarksonscamp.com. Please feel free to check out our website and our social media at www.independencetelevision.com. And as always, if you have a story or information you'd like us to share on Independence Update, please contact us at 248-623-3661 or email Matt Blow at mbleau@indetwp.com. Stay tuned for The Thread with Dr. Rock and a presentation with Pat Kittle. Joining us again this week for another episode of The Thread is Dr. Rock. Thanks for joining us.
Thanks for having me back, Justine.
What's happening with the district?
Well, we had an exciting weekend. Our boys baseball team won the district championship, and they'll move on to the regional play. I believe it's on Saturday. And also our girls tennis team did very well up in Midland. They came in 2nd place in the state. We had one state champion, who's Dana Olson, and Lexi Bayless was the runner-up. And the team did very well, so we're very proud of them and want to congratulate them on their outstanding season, outstanding careers. So last night we had graduation and then the senior all-night party, and I was able to talk to the kids about the red thread that I've been sharing with you and with the people in the community and with our teachers. And I wanted to follow up with some ideas just to share with the community if you weren't able to be at the graduation, also some words for our graduates. So a couple things that I had talked about last night, I'd mentioned Nelson Mandela and also Steve Jobs. And one of the things that Nelson Mandela said is that education is the most powerful weapon which you can use to change the world. And our graduates certainly have achieved an outstanding education here in Clarkston. And he also said that it always seems impossible until it's done. And I think that's a really important idea. that I want our kids to take with them, that anything is possible if they set their minds to it. And then from Steve Jobs, and we all know his story about Apple and suffering through cancer and passing away in 2011. And he said, sometimes life hits you in the head with a brick. He said, don't lose faith. He said, I'm convinced that the only thing that kept me going was that I loved what I did. You've got to find what you love, and that is as true for work as it is for your lovers. Your work is going to fill a large part of your life, and the only way to be truly satisfied is to do what you believe is great work. And the only way to do great work is to love what you do. If you haven't found it yet, keep looking. Don't settle. As with all matters of the heart, you'll know it when you find it. And like any great relationship, it just gets better and better as the years roll on. So keep looking until you find it. Do not settle. And I love those words from Steve Jobs at that Stanford 2007 graduation. And I hope our students are thinking about that as you pursue your passions in life and think about the things you want to do, not only in terms of your career, but your families, about the contributions you want to make to community and so on and so forth. So some other thoughts that I shared last night, thinking back, just 59 years ago, Rosa Parks in Alabama refused to give up her seat on a bus, and that was 13 years before I was born. In 1961, John F. Kennedy said that before the end of that decade, that man would land on the moon. That was 7 years before I was born. 5 years before I was born, JFK died. And in 1968, just months before I was born, Martin Luther King Jr. died. And in 1968, again months before I was born, Helen Keller died. And then in 1969, a few months after I was born, the first man did in fact land on the moon. And 1975, the Individuals with Disabilities Act is adopted in the United States. Previously, only 1 in 5 students with special needs were educated in our schools, and that was a few years after Helen Keller had lived her life. In 1990, when I was 20 years old, Nelson Mandela was released from prison in South Africa, serving his country and serving his fellow men and women in what he believed absolutely was their right for freedom in that country. Just a few years later, in 1994, he was elected president of South Africa when I was 24 years old. And in 1996, the members of our class of 2014, they were born. In 2011, when the members of our class of 2014 were just 16 years old, Steve Jobs died. And in 2013, just this school year, Nelson Mandela died. And then just recently, our graduates, they completed their high school education. And then there's a mission planned for the year 2023 when our graduates are only 27 years old to settle on Mars, which is 47 million miles from Earth. It'll take 6 months to get there, and it's an incredible trip. And just 9 years from now, just 59 years after JFK had said we'd go to the moon, they're planning on going to Mars. It's incredible to think about that and how our world will change by mid-century to have another 2 billion people, and when our graduates from this year are 54 years old, and think about how the world will be different. And I really believe with all the healthcare technology that we have in the year 2100, when our graduates are 104 years old, it seems hard to imagine, but some of them could see that day and just think about how different the world will be and what kind of contributions they can make is incredible, and how they'll stay connected to us. This year's graduating class, I believe, is the most accomplished class ever from Clarkston, as far as I know, in terms of the state championship football team. They're runners-up in tennis. They did an incredible job with Team Rush in the World Championship and the Chairman's Award. They were state champions in robotics, many runners-up in state competitions, All-Americans in swimming, incredible scholarships they've achieved. Peter Pan, our musical this year, was amazing with the flying. And I could just go on and on with all their individual accomplishments. And this year's class includes Matt Dahl, who received an incredible scholarship to the University of Alabama, that same place where Rosa Parks refused to give up her seat. And he'll be attending down there. They recruited him because of his outstanding academic accomplishments studying engineering. And Sean McNeil's a National Merit Scholar going to Georgia Tech University. It's incredible accomplishments just from 2 of our students, and I could go on and on to all 600 of them. A couple more students I want to mention. Damon T., who is one of Clarkston's most outstanding artists ever to come through our system, is going to go on to attend Kendall College of Art and Design in Grand Rapids and do incredible things, and we're very excited for Damon. And many of our students have had their lives are filled with parents who really expect them to go to college, and that's been their expectation all along, that's exactly what they would do, and they've been preparing themselves, working very hard with that goal in mind. And it's incredible what they've accomplished, their academics, their athletics, and the arts. Very happy for them. We also have a number of students, and they're represented by these blue beads, who overcame tremendous odds to graduate from high school. Maybe their parents suffered and died perhaps of cancer. Maybe their houses burned down. They had other family members who suffered through illnesses. Maybe they moved from school to school. They had that urge to drop out, and there were teachers and other people in our community who connected with them and encouraged them to stay, and they did that. And it's incredible what they overcame to walk across that stage last night at DTE. And they had tremendous grit, hard work, and they dreamed, and they're going to go on to do amazing things, and their stories are just as rich as those kids who have accomplished so much academically and athletically in the arts. And I want our kids to know that this red thread, and I said yesterday at graduation that I'd cut up 600 pieces of this and given them to you last night. And I want you to know that that red thread, it's not just something I picked up at the store or to give a speech on. I want you to know that your community is here for you. Wherever you go in your lives, whatever you do, whatever challenges you encounter, whatever opportunities you encounter, I want you to know that your community is here for you. We're here to serve you. We're here to support you. We're here to encourage your dreams. You can call us. You can call me as your superintendent. You can write to me, email, you can tweet. However you want to contact me, I want you to know that I'm always going to be here for you. I'll do whatever I can to help you to achieve your dreams. I want to thank you for all that you've contributed to the Clarkston Community Schools, to this community, to our school system. We'll remember you forever for what you've done, what you've taught us in terms of dreaming and believing in things and working together. And we owe you a great debt of gratitude, and we're very excited for your future. And I had, at one of our meetings, going back to this idea of Mars in 2023, one of the senior scholars had said that he's going on to college and he wants to be part of that Mars mission. And you know, maybe 20 years ago we'd have chuckled at that. That's a reality, something that could happen in 9 years. And I hope that comes true for that student. I hope you do go to Mars, and we'll be right here supporting you, encouraging you. We'll be connected to you, and we'll continue to believe in you. And just want to, one more time, express how much we appreciate you, how much we admire you, how much you've taught us, and just want to wish you the very best. So those are the words that I want to leave our graduates with.
Wonderful. Thank you.
Thanks for having me again.
Yes. Thank you. I'll see you next week.
Okay.
Thanks for watching.